anybody know what number you call if there's an emergency? Okay, right there. What number you call?
911.
All right, now, why do we call 911? Why do you call 911? If there's a fire. Good, there's one reason. What's another?
Because when you call 911, it usually calls the cops, but then the cops call the fire department.
That is true. Why would you call 911 though? What are some other reasons other than a fire?
Robbery.
All right, right here. What a robbery?
At your house.
Yes, you can call that. You know, that's for the cops. The cops will come. So some other reasons we would call 911 is if, you know, say your mom or your brother or your sister is really, really sick and they can't call 911 themselves. So if someone's sick or hurt, we can call 911. Now we're not going to call if someone has the sniffles or if they're just a little bit sick. If someone's really sick, we can call 911 though, and the fire department and the ambulance will come and take care of them. So that's another reason we call 911. But we don't just call just because your PlayStation doesn't work or because your toy's on the roof. We don't call for those reasons, all right? It's very serious to call 911. Yes, you have a question?
If your kitty's stuck in the tree. Hey!
If your cat's stuck in the tree, no, I wouldn't call 911. Cats will eventually come down out of a tree. I promise you. So, some of the other things we want to talk about are, do we play with matches? No, don't play. What do we do if we see matches or a lighter? Tell an adult. Good. You leave them alone. You tell an adult. You don't play with them, right? Yeah. Because one match can start a big fire. You guys agree? All right. So one match can start a big fire. So we don't want to play with matches and we don't want to play with lighters. It's not a good thing. You can burn your house down. We live in an area where there's a lot of trees and grass. It can burn that. So we don't want to play with matches or lighters. All right. Does anybody know what to do if your clothes catch on fire? Yes. What do you do? Stop, drop, and roll. Would you like to demonstrate?
Yes.
You want to demonstrate? You want to come over here? Anybody want to come up? All right. Greg, you green shirt.
No.
All right. If your clothes are catching fire right now, what do you do? Stop, drop, and roll. Roll back and forth. There you go. Now roll the other way. All right. That's what we do if our clothes catch fire. Good job.
When we do that, what's one really important thing we want to do when we're doing stop, drop, and rolls?
Cover your face.
There you go. So hey, come back up here to the green shirt. You got to show us again. Do it again, but cover your face, okay?
There you
go. Anybody know why we cover our face? Why do we cover our face?
So that your face doesn't get on fire.
Okay. That, but what else is really important?
Because when you're rolling in the sand or dirt or on the ground, you don't want to get stuff on your eyes or face.
Do you guys hear that?
That right there.
So we don't inhale the smoke and hurt our lungs, okay? Because the smoke's going to be hot and it can damage our lungs, okay? So we cover our face when we stop, drop, and roll.
So we've covered why we call what number do we call when there's an emergency?
911.
All right. And why do we call 911? For emergency, a fire or someone's really sick. And what happens if our clothes catch on fire?
Stop.
And the last one, if you find matches or if you find a lighter, what do you do with it?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone or give it to a parent. Yes. All right. Now, another thing we got to worry about is if there's a fire in your house, does everybody have smoke detectors in your house?
Yes.
Yes? If you don't, you need to tell your parents. You probably ought to get one because those protect you.
Or change the batteries.
And change the batteries. Yes. Make sure.
Oh yeah, my dad has.
Does anybody not have a smoke detector in the house? No? Everybody has one? All right. So with smoke detectors, when the smoke detectors go off, do you guys know what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do if the smoke detector goes off? What do?
You see what is on fire, and if it's a mini fire, then you can put water on it and make it go out, or not water, probably would just make it worse, but you could try to put it out with the fire extinguisher, but it's a big fire. You should probably get out of your house and call 911.
Part of that is true. I would not suggest trying to put out any fire if it's in your house. Let your parents If they're gonna try to do that, let them do that. As a kid though, we wanna get out. As soon as we hear that the smoke detector go off, we go outside. Now, does everybody know? Does everybody know where you're supposed to meet? Does everybody have a plan with your parents?
Safe place.
Well, yes, we want to all go to a safe meeting place. So when you guys go home, I want you guys to talk to your parents and find out where you're supposed to go if the smoke detectors go off in your house. Everybody has a meeting place, and every family should have a meeting place where they go if the smoke detectors go off. So go outside and meet at the mailbox, or go and meet at a neighbor's house. But everybody should have a meeting place where everybody in the family knows where to meet. Yes, we got questions?
Let's hear the questions.
Once my mom was cooking like dinner,
Uh-huh.
it was hot, like the top of it was hot,
Uh-huh.
so smoke detectors on it and then it beeped.
And then it beep, yeah, that's what happens. And then that's when we go outside. And then we have someone outside call 911.
Okay, Tyler was talking about finding that safe place to meet. We'll do questions at the end, okay? So we're talking about a safe place to meet in case there's a fire inside your home. Everybody at school, raise your hand if you guys have done a fire drill at school. Right, everybody's done a fire drill at school? Yes. So I know it's summertime, but we're gonna give you guys a homework assignment tonight, okay? It's a fun one. So like you guys have a fire drill at school. I want you guys to all go home today and tell your parents you guys need to have a fire drill at home. So what you do with that is you'll have your parents press the button, and when you hear the noise, we're all going to get low to the ground, crawl out of the house, and find your safe meeting place that everybody in the family knows about, okay? Is everybody going to do their homework assignment?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now, if there's a fire in the house, and you're not able to get out, you're gonna, we don't want you guys to hide. We want you guys to try to get out. You don't want to hide underneath the bed. We don't want to go hide in the closets. We want to get out. I know fires and smoke can be scary, but we want to try to get out, like you said. I'm going to go ahead and put on all my gear and show you guys what I will look like if I come into a house. I'm going to look a little bit different. I'm going to look probably a little scary to some of you guys, but we don't want you guys to be afraid. We want you to know that I'm there to help. We're there to get you out, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and put on all my gear, and it's going to sound, I don't know if you guys have seen Star Wars. Anybody seen Star Wars? I'm going to sound like Darth Vader for a little bit, but I want you guys not to be scared, all right? Sean's going to go ahead and tell you some other stuff to do. Yep, you're going to tell him what other stuff to do.
All right, well, Mr. Tyler's getting dressed here. So, most fires happen at night in houses, okay, when people are sleeping. So, when you hear that fire alarm go off, what's the first thing you want to do to help yourself get out of the house? Anybody have an answer? What do we want to do? Get out, right. How are we going to get out? Hold on, everybody. Somebody's talking. We listen or somebody else is talking, right?
First, you feel the door. Then, if it's not hot, you just go out.
Right. So, before we get to the door, what do we want to do? Do we want to stand up and run out? What do we think we want to do? We want to get low, right? Why do we want to get low? Okay. Well, what does heat and fire do? It rises, right? Okay, then it's going to hit your ceiling in your room and it's going to start coming back down. So the higher up in the air, the hotter it's going to be. So we want to get low to the ground. We want to crawl because the fresh air is at the ground, right? Okay. And then like the little girl over here just said, if our door is closed, we want to go to that door and we want to touch the door to make sure it's not hot. How do we touch the door? With the back of the hand, right? We don't want to touch with the front because our reaction with the front, if something's hot, is going to be to grab and you're going to get burnt more, okay? So we want to touch with the back of the hand. If the door's cool, what can we do?
Get out.
Raise our hands, okay?
Get out.
Get out, right? Crawl out the front door if we can, and go to our safe meeting place. If we touch the door with the back of our hand and the door is hot, what do you think we should do?
Go to your bedroom window and break it.
Go to your bedroom window and break it. Okay, let's say if you're
And jump out.
in a type of room that doesn't have a window or you can't break the window, or you're in a second story window and the door is hot, what should we do?
So, what if you have a roof right by your window? Because I do.
Do you? Well then, if you can get out that way, you want to get out that way. But let's say we can't get out. We don't have a roof below us. The door is hot. We can't get out. We can't break the window. What do?
Panic.
No, panic's not good. That's going to take all the air out of you. You want to keep that air in.
Take the risk.
What's that?
Take the risk.
Take the risk.
No. Okay, last one, and I'm going to tell you.
You get down to the ground and wait for the firemen to come and get you.
Correct. One thing we can also do to help us, we can take our blankets from our bed and our pillows, and we can put it by the crack of the door on the bottom. Right? Everybody has like a little crack on the bottom. That smoke's going to start coming in there, so we can stop it a little bit and give us more time to come in and help you guys if we block it with a pillow, a blanket, or sheets on our bed. And then we want to stay low. Do you think we want to hide in the closet?
No.
No. Do we want to hide under the bed?
No.
Okay, why is that? Someone who hasn't answered yet today.
Because if you hide under your bed, they can't find you, or if the fire's on the ground, it will go under your bed.
Okay. The first part of that answer is mostly correct, right? If you're hiding from us, it's going to be harder to find us, right? So we want to stay low, okay? Away from the door, because the smoke's going to come in from there, and block that door, okay? So this is how firefighter Tyler, if that smoke alarm goes off and we can't get out, this is how firefighter Tyler is going to look when he comes to trying to help you guys get out of your house safely.
Do I look much scarier than I was before? So it's not that scary, right? No. I may sound a little weird because I'm breathing, and that's what the air is coming in and out of my mask. So it kind of sounds like Darth Vader, but I'm not scary. I'm there to help, right? So we don't want to hide from me. We don't want to hide. We want to. If you hear someone, a fireman in the house, you want to call to them. You want to make sure that you guys are heard, and then we can get you guys out, okay? So I'm not scary. This is what I wear in the fire. This protects me if it's really hot in the room. All
Show them
right?
how you're going to come in and get them.
You want me to crawl around, show them?
Yep.
So if you guys are in the house or in your room, I'm going to come through the door, and I'm going to be crawling on the ground just like this. So that's why another reason we're going to stay low, because I want to stay out of the heat too.
Right. See how firefighter Tyler's taller than you guys? So he's going to feel the heat before you guys would feel the heat. So as we go in, we're going to get lower and lower and lower. And by the time we're around you guys, if it's hot in there, we're going to be crawling on the ground, okay?
I'm going to come in a room, I'm going to be like, is anybody in here?
You can make noise and we can bang, right? Make noise and bang. There you go.
Or you can scream, or you can scream.
Right.
Or you can scream. If the fire is in your room,
Remember,
you can scream.
if there's a fire, guys,
If you're in your
Dad, pay attention. Remember, if there's a fire in the room, we want to make sure that we either get out, stay low, and make noise so that we can get you guys out, all right? All right, you guys want to go outside and check out the fire engine? If you guys are up, as you guys walk out, we're each giving you guys a sticker so you guys can do your fire there, all right?